Hey everybody, it's Dr. Karen. Thanks for joining me tonight. I am really late in posting a video update and I'm about 5 months post-op, so I thought it would be a really good time to check in. I had planned on doing monthly videos, but I've had an incredibly busy work schedule for the last 2 months, so it didn't happen, but I'm doing that tonight. And I'll promise to be better about uploading shorter videos on different topics so that you guys can get a sense of what the journey's like. Anyway, here's some stats. I am Dr. Karen. I am 5'5" and I started this journey at 300 pounds in July of 2016. I lost 39 pounds prior to my surgery on November 3rd, 2016, which I had with Dr. Malcolm Robinson at the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. And I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, which is the gastric sleeve, or where they remove a good chunk of your stomach. So I've got about 25% of my stomach left. Healed up pretty well, and I was 261 on surgery day. So as of today, well, roughly, I haven't been weighing myself because of some issues I'll tell you about, but I've lost about 57, 58 pounds and a total of 97 pounds lost since July. My weight loss has slowed to about a pound a week, or sometimes a half pound, or nothing at all. And I'm fine with that because of a couple different things. I've had some orthopedic challenges. Instead of becoming active and, starting to do physical activity in a more meaningful way, which I had planned to do and starting in month 3, I've been having a lot of chronic back pain. So I don't know, for those of you who have dealt with obesity or dealing with obesity or in a bariatric program, you probably have had back pain in your life because everything is pulling you forward or pulling you in a different direction, and it's just more difficult to navigate and do stuff. So I've had chronic back pain for, oh God, pretty much my whole life. But in the last 5 years, it's been particularly bad because my weight went above 250. And when I was at 300, I visited with my primary care provider and just sort of said to her, I need to do something about this. So one option was to go to a pain clinic, have an MRI done, get an injection, do lots of medication, just go that route, and then do PT. Well, physical therapy doesn't really help when the main issue that you have with your back pain that's causing the flare is the fact that you are grossly obese. So I decided to fix that problem first. And for like the first 3.5 months of my bariatric program, I was like, yes, this is totally working for me. I am so much happier. My back doesn't hurt as much. Back doesn't hurt at all. And then about 2 weeks ago, actually it was Tuesday at work 2 weeks ago, it was like horrible. It was like all over again. I was 300-pound Karen, and then I just had so many spasms that I actually couldn't function. I couldn't even get up out of my chair at work. I was working on a report. It was like due that day, and I knew that I needed to get it out, and I called my supervisor and I said, I just can't do this. Could you help me with this? I sent like the quickest email in the world. Please help me with this report. Thank you very much. Here's the attachment. And then she called, and I was able to go to the hospital. I was literally taken to the hospital in an ambulance, which I'd never done before, which is actually not fun. Let me just tell you right now. They're very super nice, but they'd brought me over to Tufts Medical Center. They checked me over. There was nothing really super wrong other than I have a back problem. And even though I felt tingliness in my feet and disoriented, there was nothing neurological going on. So I went home, felt very sheepish about having to go to the hospital. I mean, even the president of my company came down, the CMO of my company, the chief medical officer, checked me out. And of course, I'm like wearing a dress that day, and thank God I wore leggings because it was like up to my waist, I'm like, really? 2 VPs are in my office, and this is not cool. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been out. I took a week, almost a full week off of work, which I haven't done before. And I felt like, I decided to get surgery so I could be more active and present, to not have absenteeism at work, for things that don't need to happen. And I thought I had put the back problem behind me, but apparently not. So a couple different things happened, and it was incredibly frustrating because my PCP was on vacation. I tried to get information. I went to urgent care twice. I'm lucky my practice has an urgent care center. I got medication. Essentially got narcotics, and I don't like taking opioids if I don't have to, but I took Oxy via Percocet for about a week and then switched to tramadol when my second visit happened. I mean, I couldn't sit in the car and drive for a couple different reasons. One, I couldn't sit and drive because the pain was so horrible. Excuse me. And when I got out of the car, it was like someone was knifing me the entire time. And I wanted an MRI. I begged for an MRI. I couldn't see my primary care provider. And I just sort of finally said, you know, this was put in before my bariatric surgery to be authorized by my insurance company. Why don't we just go back to that old request, say this is continuing? And we got it done. We got it authorized. I was actually really fortunate that my physician's office actually pushed that for me. So got the MRI. I was taking oxy, couldn't drive. My husband was driving me everywhere. I was out for a week of work. And then I had my MRI, was waiting for those results, and I'm very lucky that, like, I work for a public health institute in Boston. Like, guess where that is? They're amazing because they allow me to work from home, and I've been working from home the entire week while I've been recovering because I can't drive, and I have to drive to work. And I also couldn't sit on the train for like an hour and a half because I'd be in terrible shape. So lucky I've been working from home while doing like all the recovery stuff and going to medical appointments, and I've been able to be productive, which is cool. So long story short, I have a bulging disc in my lumbar 4-5 space, and I feel so vindicated that there's like actually something wrong. But it's not as bad as it could have been, and I'm wondering if it's actually improved since I had the surgery. So a couple things. I'm now feeling a heck of a lot better. I have a lumbar brace. I have a pain clinic appointment on Monday, and I am going to start aqua therapy. I had planned to go to the gym anyway. I was really thinking about when I should start that as opposed to just walking, which is my main source of physical activity. And I wanted to try the pool, even though I haven't worn a bathing suit in like, I don't know, 10 years, not in public anyway. I do wear one to wash my dogs, but I mean, you know, that thing's old and it's like size 26. And I am now officially a size 16. I can get into a size 14. I had like a major NSV when I went to Kate Spade outlets for like a weekend, and I was like, I'm going to try on clothes there. And I could squeeze into a size 14. I'm not sure how I got it off my body, but it said 14, so I'm going to go with that, right? That counts. You know, so all the good things about bariatric surgery are happening for me. I'm losing weight, and I'm not gaining weight. I am staying pretty much where I need to be. Right now I'm on prednisone on a short course to deal with my back pain that is causing me to put on some weight. So I'm not weighing myself, and I'm totally fine with that. I need to address this issue, and I think this is just par for the course of recovering from obesity. You have to make exceptions that some days you're just not going to be able to do what you need to do, and you just have to take care of issues that are the result of having obesity and dealing with that. I feel actually really excited that I'm going to be able to deal with this problem finally, and it will be behind me quite literally, and will, you know, something I can manage much better. And even as my weight goes down a little bit more, I'm happy about that. My goal in weight loss is to just be overweight, and for me that means I believe I have to be 169 pounds for that. I'm not that far away from that goal. You know, quite frankly, my bariatric program said you're fine at 180. You don't really have 25 pounds more to lose, and we feel that you've been successful in doing what you need to do and to be healthy. I also got my labs done for my, quote, 3 month. It was like more like 4 months. And, you know, my glucose level is like 83. It was 113 before. So, like, there are victories that I think are much more important than scale victories. I'm healthy now. Even though I'm still technically category 1 obese, according to BMI, which is a stupid measure, I'm still where I need to be, and I've achieved some health goals that are really important. So if you're considering bariatric surgery and like some of this stuff seems like the number is really important, that you see a lot of people who are in the bariatric community who like lose like hundreds of pounds and they're like, you know, size 0, whatever. That's not normal for a bariatric patient. That's like the fringe. The people on the side who like have been really lucky. They have the genetics to get to that point, or they've done a lot more in terms of exercise and that they've become more into fitness than you are. But the real goal of bariatric surgery is for you to become healthy and not die of other diseases like diabetes, or to be plagued with back pain like I am at this point. to live an active life and be able to do all the positive things that you want to do, whether you want to do something different with your career, or have a career, or have children, or, run a daycare, or, do other things like travel and things that you can't do easily when you're overweight or obese, or at least severely obese. I mean, that's the point of this. So, like, I just want to share that with everybody. If you're considering this, don't worry about setbacks. Do I want to have lost more weight up to this point? Yeah, but I'm almost at the 100-pound mark. I lost quite a bit of weight prior to my surgery, and that was part of the bariatric experience. A lot of people who don't lose a lot of pre-op weight, they lose a lot after their surgery. I feel just fine with where I'm at. I've lost 55% of my excess body weight. You're supposed to lose 50 to 60% of your excess body weight when you have the sleeve and you go through the program. So I basically am meeting that goal, and that's pretty awesome. So what else am I doing? I know this is a really long video, so I'm going to cut it short in a moment. I'm just working and trying to live my life. I'm at this point really trying to focus on the types of goals that I can achieve, like making sure my water is better. Like, I don't drink nearly enough water, and I did check in with the bariatric program, particularly the behaviorist, about dealing with some of that, because I don't eat as much vegetables as other people. I tend to eat a lot of things that are pureed still, and there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just I haven't really transitioned to eating like normal foods. And so I think that has to do with stress and just dealing with back pain and other challenges in my life. So trying to focus on small goals is really important to me. So I'm going to really try over the next month to hit my water goals of 80 to 100 fluid ounces a day, and then to eat broccoli once a day. That's all I'm doing. I'm not committing to anything more than this. Broccoli once a day with dinner or lunch. That's it. Because I really don't like eating like raw vegetables. It doesn't work for me. And I'm like supposedly a vegetarian. I eat like a lot of soy and things like that, and I don't eat meat. But I mean, I'm not really a card-carrying vegetarian if I don't like vegetables, right? Yeah, so I got to work on that piece. And otherwise, everything else is going really well. I'm having my back pain issues going to go away soon, because if it doesn't, I'll be back on YouTube telling you about it. So anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. If you have a comment for me or question, feel free to leave it. You can also email me. And that was my dog just growling, sorry. And I hope that you have a successful journey too. If you've had back pain, please put a comment down. Tell me what your experience has been like. I'd love to hear about it. Alrighty, happy Friday. Bye-bye.